Welcome back to Crime Creep, where we unravel the darkest mysteries. On August 9, 2024, a tragedy occurred that shook the entire nation. A bright young medical student, Tilottama, was found brutally unalived and beeped in a seminar hall at R.G. Kar Hospital in Kolkata. Her death has sparked outrage, protests, and a wave of fear among the students and women across the country. Today on Crime Cream, we'll uncover the chilling details of this case, examining the events that led to Tilottama's untimely death, the shocking revelations from the investigation, and the national response that followed. Buckle up, because this story is as heartbreaking as it is disturbing. Tilottama was not just another face in the crowd. She was a second-year postgraduate trainee at R.G. Kar Medical College, known for her dedication, intelligence, and a heart full of compassion. Her friends describe her as someone who always has a smile on her face, someone who is driven by a deep desire to help others. Tilottama's future was bright, with dreams of making a difference in the world through her medical career. But all of that was brutally cut short. It's important to remember that behind every crime statistic, there is a human story. Tilottama was a daughter, a friend, and a promising doctor. It's a loss to the community, to the patients she would have helped, and to society at large. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. The following content is graphic and disturbing in nature. We will be discussing explicit details of a tragic crime that involves sexual violence and murder. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. If you find such topics difficult to handle, please consider not continuing with this video. Your well-being comes first. August 9th, 2024 began like any other day for students and staff at R.G. Kar Medical College. But when Tilottama didn't show up for her scheduled classes, her colleagues grew concerned. By 11:30 a.m., those concerns turned into horror. Tilottama was found in a seminar room, semi-nude with visible signs of brutal assault. Her eyes, mouth, and genitals were bleeding, and she was later declared dead. The scene was so gruesome that it left even the most seasoned investigators shaken. How could such a heinous act happen in a place meant for learning and healing? This wasn't just a crime. It was an assault on the very essence of humanity. The brutality of the attack raises terrifying questions about safety, especially in places like schools and hospitals, where people should feel secure. What happened to Tilottama is every person's nightmare. The autopsy report that followed was nothing short of chilling. It confirmed that Tilottama was beeped before being strangled to death. The report, spanning 4 pages, detailed deep wounds on her body, including her genital tract, lips, left leg, right hand, ring finger, neck, and face. The scratch marks on her face was likely caused by the accused's fingernails, indicating a struggle. The report also revealed that her mouth and throat were subjected to immense pressure before she was strangled, causing a fracture in the thyroid cartilage. Perhaps the most disturbing detail was the evidence of what the doctors described as perverted sexuality and genital torture. The report didn't just describe a murder. It detailed an act of unimaginable cruelty. The finding of around 150 mg of semen in Tilottama's vaginal swab led to suspicions of gang beep. Tilottama's parents, devastated by the loss of their daughter, could not help but question whether multiple perpetrators were involved. Yet, the Kolkata police quickly dismissed these claims as rumors, stating that it's impossible to distinguish from multiple individuals with the naked eye during an autopsy. But this only added more layers of mystery and suspicion to an already complex case. What do you think? Was there more to this crime than meets the eye? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The investigation quickly zeroed in on a suspect. A crucial piece of evidence, a Bluetooth headset, was found at the crime scene. This led police to arrest a civic volunteer from the Kolkata Police Disaster Management Force on the same day. This individual was no stranger to controversy. He was a trained boxer with connections to high-ranking officials, a man who had been married 4 times and who had a history of domestic abuse and womanizing. The police claim he confessed to the crime, but his mother vehemently defended him, saying he was being framed. With such a complex background, the arrest raised as many questions as it answered. Was this a straightforward case, or was there something more sinister at play? This arrest was supposed to bring a relief, but instead, it has deepened the mystery. How does a person with such a background end up at the center of a crime so horrific? And if he is indeed guilty, what drove him to commit such an act? The answers, as we see, are far from clear-cut. Coming up, we'll look into the next major twist in this case: the transfer of investigation to the Central Bureau of Investigation and what this means for justice. Just days after the suspect's arrest, the Calcutta High Court made a critical decision on August 13, 2024. The court ordered the transfer of the case to the Central Bureau of Investigation, or CBI. The court expressed the dissatisfaction with the way the state police was handling the case, citing concerns about potential evidence tampering. This move was seen by many as a necessary step to ensure justice, especially in light of the complex web of connections the suspect allegedly had. But transferring the case to CBI also signaled something else: a lack of trust in the state's ability to deliver justice. It was a powerful statement, and one that carried a lot of weight in the public eye. The involvement of CBI marked a turning point in the investigation. It was a sign that the case was being taken with the utmost seriousness. But it also highlighted the mistrust in local authorities. With the CBI now at the helm, the public hoped for a thorough, impartial investigation that would finally bring Tilottama's killer or killers to justice. Do you believe that CBI will be able to uncover the truth? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. Your voice matters. As the detail of Tilottama's case emerged, the public reaction was immediate and powerful. From Kolkata to Delhi, from Mumbai to Lucknow, people took to the streets, demanding justice for Tilottama. Her death became a symbol of the ongoing struggles for safety and justice in India, especially for women and medical professionals. Doctors across the country went on strike, halting work in all but emergency services as a way to express their anger and fear. The Federation of Resident Doctors Association, also known as FORDA, announced an indefinite suspension of elective services nationwide. a move that underscored a deep disconnect within the medical community. The Indian Medical Association called for hospitals to be declared as safe zones, and they urged the government to pass new laws to protect doctors from violence. The protests just weren't about Tilottama. They were about every woman who has ever felt unsafe. Every doctor who has feared for their life while doing their job. These demonstrations were a cry for a change, a demand for a safer society. But as the protests grew in intensity, so did the response from the authorities. In Kolkata, the situation turned violent when police clashed with protesters outside RJ Medical College. Tear gas and batons were used to disperse the crowd, leading to injuries on both sides. The violence only added fuel to the fire, with accusations flying that the state government was only trying to suppress the truth. The incident also led to internal turmoil within the college. Dr. Sandeep Ghosh, the principal of RG Medical College, resigned amid the escalating protests. He cited unbearable humiliation from social media and politicians as the reasons for his departure. However, his swift reappointment as the principal of another prestigious college only fueled the outrage further. The Calcutta High Court soon intervened again, placing Dr. Ghosh on extended leave, while the college and the students struggled to cope with the tragedy that had unfolded within their walls. Next, we'll delve into the political fallout from Tilottama's murder and how the state government came under intense scrutiny. Stay tuned. The murder of Tilottama didn't just ignite protests, it also sparked a political firestorm. The West Bengal government, led by the Trinamool Congress, found itself at the center of a storm of criticism. Opposition parties, particularly the Bharatiya Janata Party, accused the TMC government of gross negligence and even suggested that the hospital management tried to cover up the case by initially framing it as a suicide. These accusations were serious, and they resonated with the public already skeptical of the government's commitment to justice. The transfer of the case to the CBI by the Calcutta High Court was a direct challenge to the state government's handling of the investigation. It suggested that the judiciary, like many in the public, lacked confidence in the state police's ability to investigate the case impartially. The opposition seized on this, accusing Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee's administration of failing to protect women and doctors in the state. They claimed that the police's violence against the protesters was an attempt to destroy evidence and silence dissent. The TMC, for its part, denied any wrongdoing. TMC MP Mahua Moitra was particularly vocal, dismissing the allegations as baseless and politically motivated. She insisted that the Chief Minister and the state government were fully committed to uncovering the truth and to bring Tilottama's killer to justice. But in the court of public opinion, the damage was already done. The government's handling of the case had become a national controversy, one that would haunt them for a long time to come. What do you think? Was the state government at fault? Or were they unfairly targeted by the political opponents? Share your thoughts in the comments. In today's world, no major event goes unnoticed on social media. The murder of Tilottama was no different. Within hours, the story had spread like wildfire across the platforms, with people from all walks of life expressing their outrage and demanding justice. Celebrities like Hrithik Roshan, Kareena Kapoor, and Alia Bhatt used their massive social media following to amplify the calls for justice. The hashtag Justice for Momita trending for days as millions of people joined the conversation, sharing their anger, their grief, and their hopes for change. Social media played a crucial role in keeping the pressure on authorities and ensuring the Tilottama story wasn't forgotten. It became a platform for people to unite, to share information, and to demand accountability. In many ways, the digital world became an extension of the physical protests, creating a global movement for justice. In our final segment, we'll reflect on the broader implications of Tilottama's case and what it means for the future of safety and justice in India. Don't go anywhere. Tilottama's story is one that no one should ever have to tell. It's a story of a life full of promise, cut tragically short by an act of unspeakable violence. But it's also a story of a nation's outrage, of people coming together to demand justice, and of a legal system pushed to its limits. As we reflect on this case, it's important to remember that justice isn't just about punishing the guilty. It's about creating a society where such crimes are prevented in the first place. We need to ask ourselves, what kind of society do we want to live in? How can we ensure that our schools, hospitals, and streets are safe for everyone, especially the most vulnerable among us? Tilottama's death is a tragic reminder of how far we still have to go, but it's also a call to action. We owe it to Tilottama to make sure that her death wasn't in vain. We must fight for a world where no one has to fight for their society. We must fight for a world where no one has to fear for their safety, where justice is swift and impartial, and where every life is valued. This isn't just about one case, it's about changing the system, demanding accountability, and ensuring that the voices of the victims and their families are heard, not silenced. As we close today's episode, let's remember that change doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of persistent efforts, of voices raised together, and of a collective commitment to justice and equality. Let Tilottama's story be a catalyst for that change. Let it remind that we must keep fighting, not just for her, but for every person who has suffered in silence. Let's demand for a better, safer, and more just world, one where stories like Tilottama's are a thing of the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey today. If you have been moved by Tilottama's story, I urge you to take action. Share this video, talk about the issues that we have discussed, get involved in the fight for justice and safety in our community. Let's make sure that Tilottama's legacy is one of a change and progress. This has been Crime Crime. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and most importantly, stay safe. Until next time, take care.